Alright, I got all the watches incinerated really well, cooked up. I'm going to add them to about 300 milliliters of distilled water. And then remember, this is going to take 1,300 milliliters of nitric. Each one of these is 500 milliliters, so this is going to take quite a bit. It's going to take a little more distilled water. I want to get it pretty much everything covered, so about 400 milliliters. And then I'm going to add about 30 milliliters of nitric to get it started. I'm going to turn the heat on. I'm going to let this cook, and then I'm going to time lapse it for a little bit. I just want to get you a quick little close-up of what's actually happening. This is going to take a while. This is going to take, like I said, around 1,300 milliliters of nitric acid. This is the largest batch I ever did. We should get a pretty good yield from these pocket watch cases. Like I said earlier, they give out a pretty good amount of gold-filled material. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a really good batch. I'm going to keep on cooking this down like I do in the other videos. Basically, you're going to keep on cooking it, and then once the fume production goes down to nothing, I'm going to keep on adding nitric, about 30 milliliters at a time, and I'm just going to keep on slowly adding nitric, and then occasionally I'm going to add a little bit more distilled water so the solution's not saturated. And I'm assuming, even though this is a pretty large 2,000 milliliter beaker, I'm probably going to have to decant this solution. So I'll be back in a little bit. You can see how dark the solution is already because there's a lot of base metals, because this is a lot of material. So I keep on adding distilled water to hydrate the solution so the metals have something to go into. But I'm definitely going to have to decant this fluid in a little bit. I'm about 200 milliliters of nitric acid in so far. This is just a little update. I'll check back in a little bit. So as you can see, as I said before, the solution's very, very, very brown. I'm assuming maybe possibly there was a little bit of iron in there. So what I'm going to do is, once this little bit of nitric continues to burn off, I am going to turn the heat off. I'm going to add a good amount of distilled water. I'm going to add about 500-600 milliliters of distilled water. I'm going to let it sit for an hour so all the gold settles to the bottom, and then I'm going to decant the fluid. And I'm going to put fresh, clean distilled water and clean nitric. And that should help clean this up a little bit so I can see a little bit better. I let it sit for about an hour, added a bunch of distilled water, and now you see all that nasty sludge-looking material. I'm going to siphon that off. I'm going to put that in a separate container, and then I'm going to add that to my silver stock pot. And then we're going to add some fresh distilled water and nitric. Alright, we cleaned that out. I'm going to add some fresh distilled water. And then we're going to keep on cooking it. We're going to add, same thing, about 30 milliliters of nitric. Wow, look at how brown it is. I actually think I might siphon that off again. So I'm going to go ahead and siphon that off. And then I'm going to add more clean distilled water. Alright, it's looking better now. I rinsed it again, put fresh distilled water. I'm going to add about 30 to 40 milliliters of nitric. Turn the heat on. and let this keep on cooking. So this is what I'm used to seeing, a dark bluish green from a mix from copper, brass, silver. I've never seen that brownish, murky material, so I'm assuming it was from maybe some iron. I don't know, maybe one of you guys can comment if you know why the solution was initially brown, but now it's a dark bluish green, which is good. That's what I'm used to seeing. So I'm going to continue to add nitric. This is taking a while. I'm only about 400 milliliters in, and like I said, this is going to take around 1300 milliliters, so I still have quite a bit of cooking this down to do. Alright, this has exactly 500 milliliters of nitric acid. I'm going to let this keep cooking for another 20 minutes. I'm going to fill up my little bottle with another 500 milliliters of fresh nitric acid. And we will be back. Alright, I have about 800 milliliters of nitric acid. And unfortunately, I'm already getting to the point where I'm going to have to decant some of this fluid because I'm getting really high. I'm going to cook it a little bit more and I'm going to decant this off. But the good news is it's nice and clean now, so I don't have to go crazy with it this time. I just wanted to show everyone with the water decanted so you can see a lot of the mess is gone. A lot of them are just foils, but we still have a little ways to go. So we're gonna put this back on the heat. We're gonna keep on doing what we do, add a little bit of distilled water, and keep on adding nitric. All right, I have to call it quits because it's starting to get dark, but as you can see, these are almost pretty much done. This is 900 milliliters of nitric acid. I'm gonna have to let this sit, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to keep cooking this because I know there's still some more base metals, but they're definitely getting there.